Eye Opener Productions presents Magical Kemet Revisited, Sunday, March 23rd, 2025, from 1:30 p.m. till 7 p.m. In honor of our previous Magical Kemet event 14 years ago, we once again bring you Master Teacher M. Fundishi, J. Hootie Mess, and Professor Kaba Kamene.
In ancient Kemet, they had showed that that's not a star there. I know it's a nebula. And a nebula gives birth to stars. And so Sirius A comes from that nebula. And then the ancient Kemet-u said, we also come from that nebula. That birthed our star. So this gets really deep. So we're going to, I'm telling people, bring some boots, because it's going to get real deep. We're going in real deep.
In calling, so you are now going to understand that it is time now to move back and get back onto the path of Ma'at. And on the path of Ma'at is where you are on your road to your destiny and what you were called for. And the longer that you go on this road, as you become an elder and you get more mature and you're moving through, your journey becomes clearer.
Make sure you get your tickets in advance for $30. Tickets will be sold at the door for $40. For tickets, scan this code or go to magicalkemet.eventbrite.com. We will be at the Long Island University, Brooklyn campus, Health Science Building. Enter at the gate on Flatbush Extension between DeKalb and Willoughby.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com, for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
All right. Peace. Peace to all the family. Assalamu alaikum, shalom alaikum, hotep, Islam. Habargani. Alafia, like Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad used to say. Black laws for all black people. Well, we can change that. Melanated laws, carbonated laws, Morris laws for all Morris, carbonated, and also melanated and indigenous people around the world, and those from Akibalan. We got a lot of names. But is it ready? So today's family, in the next 2 minutes, we're gonna bring on two of our guests, just want to remind all you beautiful people out there, how you doing, family? It's your brother King Simon. You could always donate to the channel, King Simon at PayPal, King Simon, paypal.me/King Simon. But the focus is going to be on my brothers today. And of course, I got the links of theirs. I got their links to their PayPal, their Zelle, all pinned to the top of the chat right now, so you can see that I got it for Sabir and I got it for Brother Sabir and Brother Dr. Valentine. I got all of their links pinned to the top of the chat. You got to know how to support and keep it moving, and that's what we do up in this place here. We got to learn how to support and show the people love. So you can see it right now. Here it goes. Just in case y'all don't know, now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Email Sabir Bay Radio at gmail.com, but also Zelle is under that, PayPal is under that, and Chime. For Dr. Valentine's link, paypal.com for Kemet Earth at Gmail, and his Zelle is Sanu777 at Gmail. None of them use Cash App because Cash App be trying to bully people, and we ain't doing all of that. We ain't doing Cash App. I stopped doing Cash App too. But I'm happy to have these dear brothers coming up in next 1 minute. Just want to remind everybody that coming up next is today is the last day to show love to Dr. Blair's because Dr. Blair's Earth Strong. They had a big sale, 13% off. His birthday was on the 13th. Free shipping on any size order. That's the website, the Meta Center 2 and the metacenterchicago.com. And just want to remind people again, Alicia Kair-Ill, Dr. Alicia Kair-Ill is going to be coming up on the 19th at the Magic of Death Money, or Ancestral Money. Big up to my sister here. And don't forget, my workshop is happening on the 22nd of February from 1 to 3 p.m. The grammar of numerovation and how to consciously articulate it. If you want to understand this metaphysical science from my perspective and how I use my system, numerovation, motivating you with numbers, this is what we're going to be doing on Saturday, February the 22nd. And everybody that signs up for my workshop get a free ebook. My new ebook just came out last night. It's King Simon's Numerovational and Spiritual Lessons of Life workbook. Now, that has nothing to do with this, but it's have something to do with your life to give you guidance to keep you, because mental health is a big problem and issue in our community and around the world. And also, I got to shout out Brother Lloyd Strayhorn on the 25th, February 25th. He's doing a workshop called Learning the Art of Numerology as a Career. And coming on my channel is the one, the only Samuel Lee Fudge, lead actor and writer of that Amazon Prime video Mosiah. He'll be on my show February the 26th, which happens to be Master Farad Muhammad's birthday. Of course, they're doing Savior's Day in Chicago. Big up to the Chicago crew. And of course, I want to make sure I acknowledge that the return of Brother Shabazz and his whole crew happening at LIU. Magical Kemet will have Mfundishi Jehutamas and Kaba Kamane, with, of course, my dear brother, Professor James Smalls will be hosting it. Libations will be poured by Baba Ifa Kunle, and guest presenter from out of the Congos and out of Haiti, the one, the only Mama Ella will be there. So without further ado, man, let me tell y'all something, family. I wasn't sure this was going to happen, but when I got these two brothers on my on the phone, they were uniting and talking to each other like they haven't seen each other in a long time. So I know how it works. So I'm so proud to bring on, first I'm going to bring on the elder, and then we're going to bring on the youth, because I know how this thing works. See what I'm saying? But without further ado, let's bring on our dear Baba, the one, the only Baba Phil Valentine in the building, as we show face with my brother, Dr. Phil. How you doing, sir?
I'm well, beloved. How are you?
I'm fine. And, I got to show you love. I've known you for many, many years, from the late 80s.
Indeed. We go back, way back.
We go back. I was almost in diapers back in them days.
not all the way, but
no. Yeah.
Remember, I forgot who was one that does way back. Got to go back into time.
Yes.
Troglodytes. What was the name of that guy who used to write that song?
Yeah, way back into time.
Time.
Yeah. Back in the day, I can't even remember that. But Doctor, how you feeling? How's the family? How's the wife? How's everybody? First,
family's well, thank you. We're still building.
Okay.
Good. Still recovering and doing our work.
Okay.
And
great.
the wife is doing absolutely wonderfully. She's coming around, and she has her own programs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday
Good.
at 8 o'clock. You all should join in, and if you're not, just come up to our website at uksnow.org.
I got it all there. That's right.
Yeah, and make sure you put you'll get a pop-up. Make sure you put your email in there, and then you'll get all kinds of information from us.
Matter of fact, I got you and Brother Sabir's website ready to go. Also, I got all of Sabir's links, your links, everybody ready to go. And It's pinned to the top of the chat because we're going to focus on y'all. Without further ado, let me bring on my dear brother, man. He's been on and doing his thing. He's in Cali doing it on a higher level, traveling the mother flipping world. Let's welcome my brother, your brother, the dear one, my brother, Sabir Bay, coming in the building. Sabir, what up, bro?
What up, brother Phil? It's funny to see brother Phil, man. I talked to him on the phone all the time. I ain't seen a brother in eons, man.
Eons, brother. It's been a while.
We talked though.
Man, I'm honored to have both of you here, man. How you been, brother? How you been?
I'm good. You talking about what you call it? Actually, the name was Troglodyte. That song was called the Troglodyte.
Troglodyte, right?
It's Jimmy something.
Jimmy Castor.
Yeah, that's his name. Troglodyte.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Like listening to that now, man. It's like, wow, like
way ahead, right?
Yeah, he was way ahead, man. That was in like 76, 7, something like that. Phil.
Yeah.
70-something.
It was in the 70s, 71, 72, around that time.
That far back.
Yeah, wow. About that time, yeah.
Wow.
Well, my brothers, we got y'all here finally together. Of course, brother Sabir.
Shout out to you, Simon.
Yes, sir. You know how we do, man. Our guest, brother Sabir, is a history teacher, world traveler, doing his thing, especially support by his email, of course, sabirbayradio@gmail.com, Zelle, PayPal, Chime, and also that's sabirbay.com. And our grandmaster, of course, master teacher metaphysics, the one, the only Dr. Phillip Valentine is in the building. Website, uksnow.org. His children's homeschooling is ismhomeschool.org. And his PayPal is chemicearth at gmail.com. And also his Zelle is sanu77@gmail.com. First, foremost, man, it's good to see both of y'all here, man. And thank y'all very much for accommodating all of us today to get into a nice conversation, because I know Phil says he wants to filter some questions and do what he got to do.
I'm here as the student this time. This man is a world traveler. He's been to places, man, that I am just so envious about. This man has this man has put feet to ground. You understand? Yes, that's right. He has taken the time to travel to everywhere. He reminds me so much of Dr. Ivan Van Sertima,
right?
Who didn't just speak about what he inherited from books. He was down there in the dirt digging with the excavators to actually eke out, when I had a chance to speak with him, to eke out the knowledge that he brought to us firsthand with dirty fingernails, because he was there digging in the dirt to get the information. Here you have, brother, on this screen, a man who has taken the time to visit the sites that most people, white folks, go and tourist to look at, but not to really appreciate, because they're just tourists. Right. This brother is here as a teacher to bring back the memories, to jar the ancestral memories in a lot of our brothers and sisters of a history that they now today, Trump saying that he doesn't want to teach any black children about history such as what this brother is doing. So y'all pay attention, just as I'm going to pay attention. I mean, I'll feel some questions, because I only know a little bit about it based upon, the Rashudim, the Umayyad, and all the different forms of the Moors caliphates. But I was not there touching the artifacts and so forth. And this is the brother. So I'm here, brother, sitting at your feet.
I thank you, man. I'm humbled by that. When I called you one time when I was in Spain.
You called me Spain, Morocco. You were calling me.
I called Phil while we overseas. I was talking to Phil the whole time. I'm over there talking to Phil on the phone, like, yo, all right, this is what's going on. This is what's happening.
Yep, but keeping me up to breast.
I called Smalls too when I was over there last time. When I left Portugal. I was talking to Smalls, and I was telling Baba Smalls, I said, I'm tired. You know what Smalls told me? You can get tired.
You can get tired.
You know, Small, I'm in the street, I'm walking, I'm like, Smalls, I'm tired, bro. This is tiresome, brother. It's not, I'm done. It was like, he said, you can get tired. You got to bring this information back to us.
That's right. That's right. You've been tasked, brother. You've been given the sword. You was on bended knee, and the sword tapped both of your shoulders, and you took the job, brother. You are right.
And you know what I want to say, you know, even, you know, people like, you know, Ivan Van Serma's student was Renoko Rashidi.
Yes.
Of course, another one who took that task to go out there and do it. And I commend people that travel the world sometimes without even money. Sometimes when I find it, that's why hold on, I want to show people support you through your Cash App and your
your
Zelle.
We don't do Cash App over here, bro.
Yeah, no, we don't do it. Yeah, Cash App threw me off also, so it's all good.
Me off too.
They threw all of us off, so it's all good.
Yo,
so,
they tried to bully me.
Me too.
No, I remember I was home in Philly, and I'm on 22nd in Market. And they told me to make it a business. I said, make it a business. It's not a business. So she said, we can cut your Cash App. I said, go ahead.
Yeah, the same thing they said to me.
Yep.
They said, you're not following the rules.
Yeah,
I said, what rules? I said, money in, money out. What's the rules?
Nah, bro.
I'm not going for that. Yeah,
no, I'm not desperate for that, bro. And it's like you can't bully me into this, man. But the trip's been crazy, bro. We just got back. The whole time I was over there, brother, Phil, they was calling me Ibn Battuta, and we don't even know who Ibn Battuta is. Most of us. A lot of us probably don't know who that man is. But Ibn Battuta is one of the world's greatest travelers.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in Tangiers, Morocco. His coffin is still sitting in Tangiers, Morocco.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, that reminds me of what's his name, who traveled he traveled from southern India all the way up into China to deal. This is between you and me, Brother King, Bodhisattva, who traveled from the southern tip of India up into China and into Shaolin to actually introduce the different animal styles. He walked that. He walked on his feet, and on his way there, he studied the animals to actually cultivate the actual art styles that you see, and to uplift the whole martial art styles of Shaolin. Yeah, all of it. I mean, mantis, tiger claw, all of it, eagle claw, everything. He's the one who did that. So you remind me of that. You're walking the grid of our ancestors' genius and showing exactly what it is that they did, how they rose and fall like every empire does.
Yeah.
And the great achievements they left to pass on to all the other ones who took up the mantle of empire.
Now, Sabir, what made you, pardon me, Baba, you know, what made you to get on this journey from even going into the whole wanting to travel all this years since you started? What was the catalyst for you to want to do things like that, It was quite a few people. One of them was my brother Clyde from Philadelphia. It's a lot of people that's like, yo, man, you gotta go travel, man. And I was fighting. I ain't gonna lie, Phil. I was fighting not to get a passport. Allahi. I was like, I didn't want one. And it's something said, no, get it, right? And go take that trip. Go to these places. And when I started going there, people say, well, why you didn't go to Ghana? Because y'all went to Ghana. Why you go to Egypt? Because y'all went to Egypt. You know, people was asking me why I didn't go there. That's not my energy. My energy wasn't to go there. You know what I mean? It was to go to where y'all don't go. Yeah. So I wanted to find out more information about the Moors because there's a lot of rich history in North Africa. From Tunis when I was there, when I was in Morocco. It's so much rich history that was there in those particular areas. So I was like, let me just wing it. I just winged it, you know, and just said, I jumped on the plane and went. And that's what happened. You know, and that's how it happened. But when I got there, it was the first place was Grenada. And Phil, I swear, for the past 3 to 4 years that I've been going over there, like literally back to back, I would stay there for like 3 to 4 months. So when I get there, every day I would wake up and be like, sit on the edge of the bed and I'm colonized. I swear to God. I sat there for 3 years.
Wow.
How many times I kept going back? I had to sit on the bed and say, I'm colonized. Because it was because the stuff that you would see is not what y'all see.
Yeah.
You follow me? Like even the TV is not what you would see on TV. So the things that I was learning, one of the guys told me when I was there, he said everything get lost in translation. Spanish guy told me this. And I said, damn, language is the key to everything.
Amen.
And he was saying by the time stuff get back to the States, it's done. It's over with.
Wow.
This is what he was telling me. So he started telling me to get books in Spanish. This is a book I bought back from Spain. This is on Spanish. It's called The Morisco's Revolt.
Hold on. Let me throw it up in the front real quick. Hold on. Go ahead. There it is.
This is called The Morisco. I have the English translation of this also. I have an English translation of this, and I have an English translation of this. This is called Africa versus America. Now, this book is $400 and something, but this is a book that I have.
Wow.
The Spanish version is $460. This is the translated version of the book that I do have. And when I was there, they started telling me stuff about the mass jizz that was in Cuba. Like, they never came to the United States. They never came to the United States. These are Muslims that's pulling me into these places and sitting with me and saying, well, let me tell you. So, of course, I'm walking through with my fez on. You know, I'm with my fez on, they like, so they started pulling me into their stores and they would sit and they would talk with me. And then they said, no, you should go to Morocco. I said, okay, well, how far is that? Now, I'm by myself. So I don't know if y'all familiar how long it takes the journeys to go from, let's say, Grenada, because you have to go down to Tarifa. It's a Tarifa. That's where they get the word tariff from. Tariff. Tarifa. So I had to go. It was maybe about 8 hours, 7 hours on a bus to go down to Tarifa, where I was at, because you got to understand the northern part, the middle part, and the southern part. So if you're closer to the southern part, you good. If you're in the Seville, it's a little further out. You know what I mean? So I had to go down to Seville, get on a ferry for 45 minutes to go to Morocco by myself again. So I'm there. So the whole time I'm in there, Phil, they calling me Ibn Battuta, because I'm telling them about Ibn Battuta, and they said, "What do you know about Ibn Battuta?" They said they teach them in the States about Marco Polo. Ibn Battuta is art traveler, and he said, "Let me take you to Ibn Battuta's house, where his coffin was at." And I'm in there, and I'm like, mind you, I'm in the Medina. In Medina, most people don't go in the Medinas. Medina, like, it's a city basically, but it's a city that if you don't have a tour guide, you wouldn't go. I'm just being because it's like that. So I'm by myself, and I'm walking through this place, and the guy said, "Yo, this is who you're looking for right here, Ibn Battuta's house." And I'm filming it. I'm taking pictures. It's crazy, bro. So I did that a couple of times, and then now it's like I know where to go when I'm over there. You know what I mean? Like, I know I don't need nobody to take me there. I know where these places are at, because you will get lost inside that Medina, because it's like a maze. It's like a maze. But the whole time from Fez to Morocco to if you up in Marrakesh, whatever, they will call me Ibn Battuta the whole time, and they'd be like, people in the States don't know who Ibn Battuta is. This is what they were saying. I remember being in a store out here in LA. This lady was calling her husband. She kept saying Marco, and the dude would say Polo, and I would say Ibn Battuta. So that's how I would start conversations with people, and they'd be like, "Well, who is that guy, Ibn Battuta?" He's in that movie called Assassin's Creed. I think that's the name of the movie.
Assassin's Creed.
So like that movie with the martial art dude, the Asian dude. Remember, okay, I'm gonna tell you the scene. Remember the scene when he's sitting down? He said Ibn Battuta was traveling. He was writing down that scene in the movie. That's Ibn Battuta in the movie.
Oh, that was him writing it. That's him.
That's Ibn Battuta.
Oh, wow.
That's who that was. So Ibn Battuta was writing. If you look him up online, he was the one that was traveling everywhere. He was going by himself, and he was going to go to Mecca, but he made a different route. It was a lot of stuff. And when I'm telling people this story as I'm over there, they say, "You're the Ibn Battuta. You're going to places that people are not going to go." So I'm sitting in places that, because they don't carry guns, they carry knives and swords. And, that's how it is over there. But I'm going in these places and I'm digging up this stuff, and I'm like trying to be careful, Phil, about what I'm saying. So I got to meet a lot of people that was over there. And one of the people that I met was a young brother that was 20, I think he's 23, 24 now. He said he speaks, I think it was 8, 9 languages. He never went to school for it. He said, I learned it through tourists. Is what he told me. Yeah, so every time he would see me, he would say, Sabir. If I'm in the Medina, he'll catch me. He'd say, Sabir. And I would say, yo, what's up? And these are the relationships that we have to have with our people, even in these countries, because they know the history. We don't know the history. They're going to play dumb as long as you play dumb.
Right.
And that's really what's happening. They're going to play dumb.
You ever thought about doing what Baba Ashwa has done and consolidating a group and taking them on tour the way that Ashwa takes them to Kemet?
Well, I just started doing that. Recently started doing that. Literally.
Oh, really?
I just started. It's fun when it's more people, though. I'm going to be real with you. It's fun. Because, it's fun when it's more people, because now you can break up the Airbnbs. That's how we was doing. So it would be like, I took, it was a sister that paid me from, what is it called? Nevis.
Mm-hmm.
Nevis in the Caribbean. Her brother-in-law was a teacher. His daughter was a teacher, and the brother-in-law was a teacher. So they all went. So Phil, I'm meeting them over in, what was we in Portugal? I go in to go meet them after they paid me. I'm going to go meet them. I go in his room. I look at the dude, the brother. He don't speak English that much. But I'm sitting there with him, and I said, he's going to be the problem. I swear to God, this is how you get. I'm people. But by the end of the tour, he was like, "Yo, family." He said, "My family told me that we was Portuguese."
Whoa!
At the end, we was there for 4 weeks. Literally, brother. By the time the tour was over, where I took them at, he was like, "Yo."
Now I know.
I got it. Yeah, because this is the thing. Like, you know what Nevis means?
No.
Like, that's St. Kitts and all that's the same.
That's St. Kitts and Nevis, right.
Okay, so Nevis means snow cap.
Ah, interesting.
So while we in Grenada, I went into the snow in Grenada. This is like August time, I think it was August time, but you can see the snow. So I know that's where Nevis come from, right there. It means snow cap. So I'm pointing to the snow because it's snow up there.
Interesting.
So I'm explaining these stories to him, and he was like, "Yo, that's crazy." So he's calling people back home and saying, "Yo, I'm over here and such and such and such and such." He's a teacher. He's a professor in St. Kitts, because I was supposed to go there until the pandemic happened. So I was still traveling during the time the pandemic. I was still moving around. If you look it up online, I was moving around during the pandemic.
Yep.
I never stopped. I was overseas, but I didn't take the jab. I just had to take the test. It was like $150, something like that. Every time I would go to each spot, even if I was in Spain, and I went to, let's say, the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Literally, you cross the street, you're in British territory. That's how you would literally have to pay $150 to take the test.
Yeah. So
you're no longer in Spain anymore. It's like crossing the street. You would basically be in Britain.
Sabir, Baba Valentine is absolutely right. And if you need to connect with somebody who can show you how to set up those major tours, Baba Ashwa Kwesi is willing to tell you. If you want to talk to him, I could connect you with him because I talked to him.
I know how to do it. It's just that I listen, man, I have little ones now, man. It's like, it shifts a little bit. Karen can do that. We can do it, but it's just that it's not, it's not there. Like, we can leave in March, So my thing is, like, I want to do it, but you're responsible for these people. I'm not going to take you on a regular tour like most of these cats that y'all see.
Right.
My tours would not be like Kwesi's or Renoka Rashidi's.
You're in the hood.
I'm gonna take you to places that you're gonna be like, what the heck?
You're in the hood.
That's where you're going to go at. You're not going to. I'm not going to see. This is the thing, when people set these tours up, we're not staying in 10-star hotels.
No.
I'm gonna take you down. When I was in Turkey, it was crazy. When I was in Turkey, I was in the hood.
Yeah, you told me. That's, as a matter of fact, that's where you called me from. You was
I called you all over Turkey.
He was in the hood. We were talking for about an hour. He was giving big ups to people passing by. Yo, how you?
Yeah, I'm speaking to everybody like, what's up? But the thing is that you're gonna be, you're gonna feel where I'm at. Like, you're gonna feel it. You know what I mean? Like, and you'll see the people. Like, if, for instance, if I went to Egypt, Brother Phil, the name of, this is one. What was Egypt called?
Kemet.
Why we using the Greek word for it?
Kam.
Well, that's Greek.
Well, that's what we're told, and what do you call it? Kam was we were told Kam meant black.
How about no? But see, something could be black that don't mean that you're black.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it was talking about the Kemet.ee when they said the black land. Kemet was
land.
not the black land. It was not the land. No, that's what the white interpreted as. It was actually not the black land. It was the land of the blacks. That's how it was actually interpreted. So, what are you saying?
The Arabic word for that, the Arabic word for it, it was called the brown land. Brown.
The brown land,
not black.
Brown land.
There's another word. It's called El Fasad. You never heard Quasi speak about this. That's why I said if I went to certain places, look it up. It's Fustat.
I'll look it up definitely.
Now,
I know for a fact that when the Sudanese and the Kushites and those who came from supposedly southern Egypt had migrated out of Kush and came up there, it wasn't nobody brown at that point. They were the ones that they were showing you that actually were the Kemet.ee were the ones that they showed you the locks that they actually became the men's and all of the rest of it. So like what you're wearing right there, that became a headdress after a while because they began to suffer from certain diseases, and the makeup that they put on, the black ash they put across their eyes is because the top of the eyes is the highest concentration of zinc. So when they were going through that situation where they now use it as the so-called Israelites use it as a means to show the 10 plagues. The 10 plagues actually happened after the eruption of the volcano Thera off of the island of Thera. And when that happened, it caused a lot of diseases and caused a lot of craziness going on. And the diseases began to deal with the lack of zinc, which caused a lot of pain. So a lot of the makeup you saw them using over the eyes and the stuff that they were taking and making out of certain clay, all of the medicinals they had from the Evans papyrus and so forth came from that. But when they were speaking about the land of the blacks, it seems to me that after the amalgam through the Assyrians and those who came out of what we call the Levant, there was a mixture that came in and started to brownulate the people. But it seems to me that whatever it is that they were talking about, the people that you're speaking about, the Browns, must have been after the establishment, after 10,000 years, that Dr. Ben had told me that the first so-called Nasu, not the Pharaoh, but the Nasu, actually was 10,000 years ago. And all of what we have as the history or the twistery of what we call Kem today in Al-Kibulan is based upon what the Europeans began interpreting and putting in the books. And the Arabs themselves were no different, because the Arabs that Dr. Smalls told me about when he went to visit were pure black. The brown ones were the ones that came again, the Neo-Neanderthals that came in from the Levant and mixed. So if they were talking about Egypt being or Kemet being brown related, then that probably came after the establishment of the first ones that essentially established the ancient Kem along the Nile. So I'm going to go ahead and look up what you're saying definitely, and run that by my historians who have been actually busy unraveling the twistery, if you understand what I'm saying.
He just made that word up, the twistery.
Yeah, the twistery.
But let me give you the year that was. That was around 642, right? But I'm gonna spell it one more time for anybody that wants to look it up.
Yeah, do that.
Matter of fact, here it is right here. This is the book I got.
Al-Fustat.
Al-Fustat.
Okay, great.
642, right?
All
Let me tell you where this came from, right? It was funny because as I'm over there, they given me the history of what it was. And I was like, well, what is this book you talking about? He said, no, it wasn't called that. And he was like, have you ever heard of Al-Fustat? I said, no, I never heard that before. I never heard of Al-Fustat. But when I came back to search for books for a long time, it comes from Jerusalem. That's how long it takes a long time to get. It took me about a month to get here. It took me a month.
Jerusalem.
It was come from Jerusalem. That's where it was coming.
See, that's another name that they took away.
There's another word they took away.
Yeah, Heru was actually the name. It was supposed to be one of the outposts of Heru before the Romans took it. It was Heru, the peace of Heru, at that point. Jerusalem at that particular place. The J was not invented until the 17th century. So to call it Jerusalem was actually a kind of twisting, or how do you say it, a violation of the name in order to them to twist it to their own, their own name and so on. But Heru was in that place there where the Jews, they go and they put their hand on the wall and all that. That was an old Roman fort. Before the so-called Judea, they set up a Roman fort there in Judea, and they named Judea Palestine. That was the Romans. But that place where they go there and they pray before, that was a Roman fort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. Let me give you another book. My books are
Please.
beat up still. So
I hope y'all paying attention, y'all. Start putting some of these down, y'all.
Go ahead. So I don't know. It's kind of this one is kind of beat up right here, though, brother Phil.
Unknown Arab, the unknown Arab. That's what
that's the ones that brother Smalls is talking about.
Right, the unknown Arab.
The unknown Arabs, yes.
And this is another one right here.
The corpus of early Arabic sources for West African history.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So there's a things that, like, when you're there, you start, they start giving, when you ask for certain things, they start guiding you to certain things. Right. They'll say, okay, come on, this is what you do. Because it was weird, because I hear people say we're not the Arabs. I say, no, we are the original Arabs. If you even read Tariq Berry's book, his book, and one of his students reached out to me and said, yo, we sent this to Tariq. He said, yo, he loved your work. The guy Tariq Berry. He went underground. Nobody knows where he's at now, because brother, because it could get, listen to me, it could get dangerous. It can get dangerous. So you won't find him doing no videos. You will never find him doing no videos on this, right? But if you ever read his book, and it tell you about the African, the ones that's here that call themselves Black in America, it tell you about the Arab League when it started. But he also says about when you're in El Andalus, which is Spain, that we
Andalusia.
There was no such thing as called Spain then. It was El Andalus. So, so when people say, well, the Moors conquered Spain, they didn't conquer anything. They was already there. There's the whole history behind why they went back there. It's a story why they went there.
Indeed.
So again, it's like the information, because we never called ourselves Black people. That came later. There was no Black people. So when I hear people say, well, the ancient Black gods of Egypt, they weren't Black people. Read J.A. Rogers' book, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. And watch what it says. He tell you in the book that most ancient names for so-called Black people are in the Sioux, Nubian, Ethiopian, and more from ancient Egypt. Right. He says it in his book. He also says it in his book that they were not called. No, it says that Black and color, on the other hand, are European words. Ethiopian and Moor was properly used to describe the so-called Blacks into the 1500s. So after the 1500s, all these things changed. That's why I say after 1492, when we fell, all these other things came into play.
But that's why you remember the Moors actually picked up from where the Greeks took from what the Kemites had. Remember, the Moors themselves came after the Greeks, and the Greeks themselves actually, all this other stuff is what the Europeans, after the conquest of 1492, after the fall of the great, who was the last one from the Abbasid Caliphate was the ones that was the last one that fell in 1492.
You talking about the sellout?
Yeah.
You talking about? See, this is what Bo Abdel.
What happened?
When you study Bo, now I was looking for a book. But Bo Abdel, it was funny because I did a video when I was in Grenada. Bo Abdel is the one that sold the Moors out, and they did a movie.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you didn't know? Oh yeah, it's a video I have on YouTube, and I ran across this guy, and it's a restaurant called Bo Abdel. So I stopped this older guy that was there, and I asked, it's on YouTube, and you punch in Sabir Bay in Grenada, it'll pop up. I asked this guy a question. I said, excuse me, I was playing dumb. I said, who is this guy, Bo Abdel? He said, oh, Bo Abdel. Bo Abdel is the one that sold out the Moors. He was a Moor.
So he knew.
but everybody over there know the history. It's like us selling each other out today. So the only way they can fall is that Queen Isabella and Ferdinand came together to fight the Moors.
Yeah.
They joined, they was two separate, but they came together to fight the Moors. There's so many books that I bought when I was from over there, bro. It's like when you read it, you be like, yo, that's what really happened. Like, okay. But they made a movie called with Antonio Banderas is in it.
Oh, the Vikings?
No, it's
not
the movie with Antonio Banderas is called
he was playing a Moor.
He played the Moor.
Yeah,
that's Bo Abdel.
It was when he went in and he was fighting with this chieftain called Bulba.
That's Bo Abdel.
Oh.
So what happened, he was against his father. You know, when people...
Yeah, I remember he did.
So it's like now, It's like, yo, that's the only way somebody's 13th Warrior. Thank you. Somebody put it up. 13th
13th
Warrior.
Warrior. Thank you.
So
Yes.
if you know that history about the Alhambra, because they can never breach the Alhambra.
No
one could ever breach the Alhambra.
Right.
It's like that movie with Denzel Washington playing in a bank, Inside Job. You
the inside job.
On the inside to break it up. So no one, if you ever went to the gates of the Alhambra, no one could breach it. They had the whole setup was set up, Phil. It was to the point, like, let's say if you was on a horse, right? If you was on a horse, and if you know anything about the cobblestones, right? Now this is the setup of the Alhambra, how bright our people were. Again, that's why they had to erase the whole history of the Moors.
Right.
If you came to the gates of the Alhambra on a horse, they would throw oil on the ground.
Wow. And that would get the oil. They could not get across them cobblestones. Like
the horse couldn't get across it.
Slide, slipping.
Right? So that was number one. Number two, if you breached the Alhambra, they had guards in there. They would actually throw stuff with like oil on the ground. And
they had archers. And archers.
Right? Not the archers. The archers ain't the key. But the floor was like, if you walk in there now and you just rub your feet against it, it'll slide. So imagine throwing oil down there.
Ooh.
So now each part of the Alhambra had a Moor set up at each gate with spears.
Right.
So now if you walk into a room, just imagine you come from outside and you walk into a dark place, what would happen?
Yeah. First thing you do is you stop.
You got to fix your vision.
Yes.
Yeah. It's too late.
Got you.
This is how ill it was. I said, no wonder they had to get somebody on the inside. That's why I said the cheapest thing you can do today is get a Negro and a stick of gum. We sell each other out every day, don't understand the past, because this is why they don't teach the history of the Moors. And this is why they have to separate our people, saying we're not Moors, we're black. How did you come from being a Moor to the black man? Make it make sense. That's why they had to erase it. So I'm over there and I'm listening to these Europeans that's coming in from Italy with tours and their children. They like Italy, France, and I'm like looking at all these kids. And I'm like, yo, they're gonna be the teachers in the States, bro. I'm cutting them off. I'm like, no, this is the Moors. As soon as I cut them off, it is a video that I did recently with my brother Chris and Percy, and I stopped everybody and talk about the Moors. They be like, shh, don't you say that. That's what the lady said to me. Shh, don't talk. This is exactly what she said to me. Shh. And I said, what? Don't shush me. That's what I told her. So
that's what you see with Trump today.
Yeah.
That's such a wisdom, but this is what you're seeing with Trump today and the shutting down here in Florida with DeSantis saying you can't study Black history because it's they say that it's critical race theory when you study Black history, that Black history is only theory now. So everything that we've done for everyone else and what everybody else has pimped is now something to deal with. Even if you say that all the inventors and inventions, they have a white man to put in that place. And that's the thing that we have right now. What I'm calling it right now is, from what Neely Fuller talked about, Dr. Neely Fuller, is the renovation of global white supremacy. That's what you're watching right now. It's the renovation of global white supremacy. We have to make sure that it stays. You see it in South Africa, you see it in Burkina Faso, you see it in France today, you see it all around Africa and in places where there are brown people. Whatever it is that we did in the past that we want to introduce into the common narrative that is going on, that passes for history today, they don't want that to happen. That's why you are so important and why you have to start documenting, and you have to definitely brand yourself to make sure that what you're doing passes on as a curriculum. Because what you're doing is gathering information that is not privy to our children over here. Mm-hmm. You are doing something that's monumental, and you've got to categorize that so that we can teach it.
I'm working on it right now, man. But like I said, you have these little ones, man. It's like it's a balance.
Trap them to your back. Trap them like I did to my back.
It's a balance, man. In doing this. And let me ask you a question, brother Phil, and Simon or anybody on the field.
Yeah.
Do any of y'all feel inferior to anyone?
Never.
No.
Then why do we keep using white supremacy?
Wouldn't taught it. Oh, I use that as a pejorative, just like I say F-U-C-K.
Yeah, but if you say that, somebody say you use profanity. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
well, it is. White supremacy is a profanity.
you know, so I don't feel, you know, when you read like Frantz Fanon's work, if you ever read Frantz Fanon's work,
Yeah, I know Frantz Fanon. Yeah,
let me tell you something. And
excellent.
who turned me on to this was Tommy Davidson.
Okay, yeah.
Frantz Fanon said it's the inferiority of the educated black man. It's not white supremacy, it's inferior. That's why I say I don't feel inferior to no one. I know who I am.
Yeah.
You can't, I wouldn't even put that. We say words have vibrations. I don't even put it out there.
That's
You see what I'm saying? That's why I say I don't talk it and say, well, yeah, brother. Nah, it has a vibration to it. I don't rock with that. I'm gonna put you in your place the way. And say and show how we taught the Europeans.
Yeah. Frantz Fanon was one of my favorite authors because he broke down white supremacy and what it did in the education system as well as in religion.
Yeah.
And how it actually became, you know, if you go do a Google on the word Jesus Christ, all you see are these hippie looking white folks that come up as the so-called savior who was born in a place that had 102 degrees as the mean temperature, you know. But what you're saying, like I said, everything you're doing right now is just brilliant because you're on the ground. Pictures also must go with the words so that they could see this.
Yeah, you did say that to me.
You know, I was telling you, my brother, you have no idea what seminal work you're doing right now for our education of children down the road, because we don't have anything to piece together here in the Americas except the little scraps. You're putting together a mosaic of magical moments that we know will last beyond us. You know, they will talk about you, me, what do you call it, back in the days. All we did was just hand the torch. But our job is to consolidate as much of the truth into places where they don't have any access to. So when we teach our own, we will gird them against the bullshit that these young people are out here pushing nowadays. These white people who are going to these campuses now, and they're challenging these young blacks and young whites who are being miseducated and diseducated, and they're going there and telling them that they don't know what they're talking about while pushing covert racism on the campuses. So we have to definitely understand how these guys are insidious. Right. One of them is one of these purveyors of racism is what's his name? Ben Shapiro. He goes out there to these campuses and goes out there to lecture and tell you why racism no longer exists. And as if it just disappeared and evaporated since Trump came into power. And this is the nonsense that we have to definitely be careful about. But you are right now doing exceptional work. And I think that you owe it to yourself as well as to the people that you wish to reach, that you document. And that's what Baba Ben did. That's what Baba, what's his name? Charles, everybody that did anything. The reason why you can say what you say, you picked up a book. And in that book, that man or woman left that information for you, and you're carrying it forward. Well, that's your duty now. Consolidate what you have, put it into an opus, and that will be your legend. I'm telling you, brother.
I know, and you beat me up all the time about it, brother. You know, hey, Phil.
Oh, I love it. Yes. This is where the Klan got their stuff from.
I wore this I was recently with KRS-One, and I wore this. I'm sitting in there with KRS-One, and he didn't even know it was me underneath of here. Yo, it was hilarious as hell. I'm sitting there with KRS-One the whole time. He didn't know it was me until I pulled it off. He said, Sabir, babe. Like I'm sitting there with 70 people in this room at a lecture, Black History Month lecture. The whole time, everybody walking past me like.
Well, did they know what it was about, though? Did they understand?
But our people was kind of like, this dude crazy. Like Mexican people, they was doing like this.
Yes, they knew what it was.
So it was an old lady. She was bent over. She's walking past me, and she said, exactly what she did. She did just like this. And I'm sitting there, and KRS was, after the lecture was over, he started freestyling. And then he's great go and talk about what I had on my head. He said, and my man underneath and I pulled it off. He said, Sabir Bay. God, he said, I should have known. Like, it was so funny. But I had to give his wife Simone the history of it.
Yes.
Right. I said, you know that we wore that in Spain. It's called the Brotherhood. It's in J.A. Rogers' book. If you read 100 Basic Facts about the nigga, it's in the
about that. Yeah.
Right. So there's a church, a cathedral in Seville, which the history is there. I took pictures. I just don't show people right now. Like only people that's close. I'll send you the pictures though.
Okay.
But there's a lot of like pictures inside this place, bro. It was crazy. Like, and I'm telling people to take pictures of me. I'm kneeling. I swear to God. Listen, I grew up a Catholic, so I go like, you go like this to Catholic.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, I did like this, and I kneel.
Right. No, you did. No, you did.
Yes, I did. I prayed, brother. I was like, shit, I prayed. But there's a picture of a Moor underneath the feet of a conquistador. Like those, it was weird. It's like, all things, dude, and it's all made of gold. Yeah, the cathedrals, right? So in there, it has that picture. It gives you the history of that. There's when you go to the tower. Most of y'all probably seen the tower in Seville. You have to walk up there to the tower, but the history is so rich. Like I said, that was there. It's so much that's in there. It's like, yo, like I said, if you go with me, it's a different story. Like, I'm gonna take you places that tourists ain't gonna take you. Right. So they're not gonna take you where I'm gonna take you at, because you're gonna get the real history of these places. But that's the history of that, right? And it's a street called Conde Negro, Conde. Conde Negro.
Now, people, hold on a second. I just want to make sure people know. People that are just tuning in, please support Brother Sabir and Brother Dr. Valentine.
Well, no. I'm good. This is the brother that needs the support. I want everybody to focus on Brother Sabir.
Yes,
the work he's doing is phenomenal. I know, beloved, I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but I'm just saying. Right. I'm here doing it from another perspective. This brother is legging it. You understand? His feet, I know his arches is going to hurt. He probably got fallen arches right now walking so much.
I know. I wear the right side, right kind of shoes, bro. But I'm saying. It's crazy. I do have a plate and 6 screws in my leg, though. I do have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I'm just saying to everybody, we appreciate your help, but I'm more focused as an elder to help those that I know are actually doing the work, like you, Brother Sabir, you, Brother King Simon, whatever help that can be done to help you brothers to forward the mission, I'm all for it. And that's what I'm working towards. The reason why I'm not traveling and lecturing and so forth, I'm working on the finances. Instead of now putting out the words, I got over 150 different videos circling the planet. I done said enough. It's time for me to build. It's time for me to put down 4 corners and to put down a legacy to help build, you see? So right now at this point, you brothers are out there and you're in the front lines, and they're the ones who need the parachute drops. You all want to pass over, drop the parachutes with all of what they need so that they can keep the battle going.
They might try to poke holes. They might try to poke holes in my parachute. Sure, shoot that.
Nah, yours is bulletproof, bro.
Shoot that mug. Let's shoot them holes in that mug. He tell us, you know what's funny? You know Earl Grant.
That name sounds familiar.
Earl Grant was Malcolm X's right-hand man.
Oh, yes, that's the name.
Okay, so let me tell you, it was a story with this guy. I love talking about this brother. Before he passed away, he was telling me, I used to go to the hospital to visit him. I would go to the house to visit him, right? Many occasions, right? I didn't even have locks. So I used to sit with him. But the weird part, the first time I met him, he kept staring at me. Like, he's old, he in a wheelchair. He kept staring at me. And I'm like, why is this man staring at me? And he kept saying, you look like somebody. And I said, I know, you're going to say Malcolm, right? I ain't had no locks. So the whole time I'm there, he's telling me the story about Malcolm X. He said Malcolm X was not a threat. When Malcolm said his tape recorder is the tape recorder that got shot at the Autobahn. That was his tape recorder. That's why when you go back and watch it, you just see. That's why you see the footage of Malcolm with the numbers just rolling. Yeah. If you notice, there's no volume on it. Right. So he's telling me the history. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, and he's telling me that Malcolm wasn't a threat when he said the white man was the devil.
Hmm.
He said Malcolm X became a threat when he started telling people the game of how this world was. That's what made Malcolm. And I swear, Phil, when I'm over here, remember we was in Brooklyn. This is when we was in Brooklyn when King Simon had you at that event in Brooklyn.
National Black Theater or Francis College.
He was in Brooklyn somewhere. It's an auto.
St. Francis College, yes. St. Francis.
I don't forget nothing.
Yeah.
So right. Phil says to me, cross my T's, dot my I's that day. He also said, you're the ambassador of the Moors. And I said, I don't want it. I said, I don't want that.
I said, you got it.
I said, because it would bring jealousy and envy. And I said, I don't want it. So it made me think about it when Malcolm was going over there, right? Malcolm started seeing things and he came back and he became the enemy because he started opening up things. And as I'm talking to Earl Grant, I'm like, whoa. Earl Grant is telling me these stories, and I'm like, and I would go see him all the time. And he would sit there and just tell me about what was happening with Malcolm. When Malcolm started waking up, he said Malcolm aged within 1 week.
Wow.
Through variation.
Yeah.
Variation. He said Malcolm wanted his people free so bad. That's what it was. But his own people turned on him.
Yep.
That was the part that was killing me. I said, oh, snap. So I got to go a different route with this, So I felt that same energy feel when I came back with Moors.
Yeah.
I felt that with these Moors.
I know. They got, you see, these people began to factionalize. They became factions of the Moors. They began to separate themselves into these little fiefdoms. Yep. And they did not come together, which is why it was 2004 or 2006, the United Nations had announced that the United States territories came fee simple. Now, what that meant is that anyone with the highest authority or the highest jurisdiction or ownership of the land could step forward and speak and say that since the land has gone fee simple, that whomever it is that has the superior claim could step forward. The Moors were fighting with each other so much, so much that they could not come together. Yeah. And we went down, we were talking about Baltimore, we talked about all over the place. I know they're gonna hate me on this one. But when it went fee simple, we could have gone into the United Nations and told them, kiss our royal Moorish you-know-whats. We are now in charge of this land because we have the original the Treaty of Marrakesh. Not just the Treaty of Peace, but the Treaty of Marrakesh is the one that we should use, not the Treaty of Friendship and Peace. That's the one that's gotten us in trouble. But with the one for the Treaty of Marrakesh would have been the one that would have said this land belongs to the Moors. And we didn't do it. And that's when they started going hog-ass wild and started shutting down, telling that they're getting ready to clear out the entire Midwest right now. The fires that they started on the coast to start with them smart cities, which is supposed to be preparing for the new Olympics coming up in 2028. They're burning all that out. They're getting ready to burn out the midsection right now because there's a highway, a super highway they're planning from Mexico through the United States up into Canada. That's why your boy wants to annex Canada, because we're supposed to have gone back and claimed Canaan for ourselves.
Exactly.
And we did not do that. And that's when we had the opportunity in 2004 in the year of the indigenous man. And they failed to do that.
Wow.
And
Yo,
so
let me show you something, Brother Phil.
Go ahead.
This is where the treaty is at right there. That's where I was at.
Oh, man.
What you see on the wall?
Yes.
That's the treaty.
Beautiful. Oh, man. See, that's what I'm saying. That needs to be in the books, bro.
That's the treaty on the wall. This is me in Tangiers. I'm going to show you. That's the place right there where Barack Obama was at. This is called the Litigation Center.
Wow.
This is where I was at, right? So I'm going to show you Barack Obama. There he go right there. He was there too.
Oh, man.
So he's there, but I'm in Tangiers. This is the book I took with me, The Moors of Tangiers.
Right.
So I'm there where the original treaty is sitting at inside Tangiers. So it's the videos and the footages I was taking. I was like, yo, here's the treaty. And it's in English and it's in Arabic.
And it's in, yes.
And so there's a writing on the wall talked about how Morocco was the first nation to recognize the 13 colonies. They didn't say the whole 50. It said the 13.
Yes.
It's on the wall, literally.
Yeah.
Wall in English and in Arabic.
But the original 13 colonies was actually of the indigenous black people.
Yeah.
Not these Europeans that keep
Not
claiming
them.
that.
Not them.
That wasn't not them. That's right. And it came, your boy George Washington, Hamilton, and Benjamin Franklin went and sat at the field of the Longhouse of the nation of the Six Nation Confederacy, and they understood what was known as the Haudenosaunee, which was the great law of peace. And what was the actual symbol? The symbol was an evergreen. And the whites that came over here as colonists, they used that in their flag to denote their freedom from the black monarchy, who was King James and the rest of them, who actually wanted to take. And this is why they got us fighting the Revolutionary War. They got the indigenous peoples to fight the Revolutionary War against King George, but King George owned a corporation called, get this, the United States. And the United States was in bankruptcy. His corporation called the United States was in bankruptcy. And what he did was he had them fight, because at the time he was king of England, France, and Ireland at the time. So he went ahead, when he got Lafayette to go out there and fight against himself and so forth, he was playing us all. And when we fought that so-called Revolutionary War, he made us what we call constitutors. Y'all go to your Black's Laws Dictionary and look up the word constitutor.
I don't know what that is, Bill.
Yeah, the word constitutor actually means one who assumes the debt of another. And that's what we did. We assumed King James's debt.
This is what he's telling you. He's telling y'all to go pick these things up.
Yes, there it is.
He's telling you to read these things.
Go pick it up now. You begin to understand how this European has created all these books. That's why they usually have, if you look at the beginning of movies, they have it in English first. All right? The English, they tell you, don't mess with our materials in English. Then they show you it in French, because the French don't have ulterior names and ulterior words and meanings. The English language got 10 different meanings for one word.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So that's why you have to definitely speak. And this is what they were speaking in. I forgot the name of this white boy who came out with a way of actually writing it down, not the way that you see it, because every way you're taught in the English language to write is contradicting what you said in the previous sentence. And so he was teaching us how to put a legal document together so that you're not contradicting yourself as you use the language they have taught you, so that you do contradict yourself. And that's the ones they use in the contracts.
But they don't even understand contract laws.
No, man. They don't.
But this is the outside of it right here, brother. That's the place right there. It's called it's called litigation. That's what this is, the Medina where Barack Obama was walking through.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
That's the spot he was in, walking through there. So when I was there, it was, to me, man, it was an energy that was there. I felt it. I felt the energy, and it was like something was drawing me more and more to it. And there's a book that's in there. I wrote my name in the book. I said, somebody come back and when I'm dead and gone and look at that book.
Which one?
Sabir Bay. No, it's a book they have. A signing. So there's a signing book. It was people's names in there for like 2000s, like 2001. So I'm laughing because I wrote my name in the book too.
Right, in big letters, big letters, right?
And put the year in there too. It was crazy just to see these things and then have people, and they had locks over there too, but it looked just like this. It was having locks. They had locks. The darker than me, light as me, lighter than me, light as you. They had brothers look like brothers look like you.
Wow.
If you walk through there without even opening your mouth, they would speak to you in Arabic.
Yeah, they would think that I'm Berber. It would even think.
Well, that's what we are. This is what this is right here.
Yeah,
Amazigh. It's Berber.
Yeah, yes, definitely. But the white man took that and turned that into Pazuzu.
Yeah, but
the Lord of the Flies.
It was forbidden. It was forbidden for a while. The language called Amazigh. I have a book. I have a book on it. It's Amazigh. The language is called Amazigh, and the people is the Imazigh. That's what it was.
Amazigh, yes.
So when I went to the Atlas Mountains, that's another. That was like that's another like hour going up there, you know, and then you have to get off, and then you have to walk up there to the top. So when you're up there, you know, it's peaceful up there, but I met the people, and that's why we was talking about the cave earlier, right? I was walking past people's houses in caves.
In caves?
Yeah, go back and listen to the track. Listen to the track tonight again. Remember that song? And he said they went down to the water. Remember? You thought he was talking about Europeans? No, that was us that was in the caves. Go back and listen to that whole song Troglodyte again.
Wow. So those caves would be like egg nest homes.
Yeah, they were homes.
Homes in the dome, like a dome.
Well, you mean like on the side where they showed you in America, where they show you the mountains where they dug out these?
So there's a guy named Ibn Battuta, and not Ibn Battuta, Ibn Khaldun. Ibn Khaldun is like I don't have his book. His book is around here somewhere. He wrote this book called the Muqaddim. I'm gonna give it to you. Give me 1 second, brother.
Right.
Explain this real quick, right? So
yeah. I hope y'all can appreciate what's going on. Like you said, King Simon, let's go ahead and support this brother. Get to his Zelle and help him out. Help him out in his PayPal.
Yeah.
So I think this guy right here. If you ever look him up, punch in Zuckerberg and Ronald Reagan, both of them. Ronald Reagan talks about him on YouTube, talk about when he was studying economics. He studied Ibn Khaldun. Ibn Khaldun is from Tunis. I was there at his monument, right? I bought this book in Tunis, in North Africa. This is one of his books. This is also, I have another couple of his books too. This is Ibn Khaldun also, Culture.
But he's the one that actually they were starting to pimp the Western, I forgot who it was, the think tank, that they were actually recommending him to deal with the contradiction to the Talmudic. Against
you have many of them. Averroes, which is Ibn Rashid. Then you have Ibn Khaldun. All these people. So in my journeys, I'm grabbing all these books as I'm moving around. But when I came back here, I seen Zuckerberg saying study Ibn Khaldun. I said, Zuckerberg said study economics.
Yeah, I remember that name because you remember that the Khazars believe in oppressive interest on loans, whereas if you look at Islam and the practice of Muslim, they don't have those. They don't put interest on their loans to pay back. So they went against that. And I remember the one that you're speaking about there, that name was mentioned, and they were studying them. They're studying him to find out a way to contradict if someone actually took upon themselves and started a system based on Ibn. You see what I'm saying? They were studying Ibn in order to how to contradict whoever picked up his methodologies. They weren't just trying to learn it so that they could adopt it. You know,
it's a lot about this man. Yeah, his work is great. His work is great. But this is what they said. Like most people, you may hear this later on. They said, well, Ibn Khaldun was a racist.
Yeah.
He wasn't a racist. How could you be a racist? You're African.
Yeah.
You are racist. So this is what they're telling people. So if you never studied Ibn Khaldun, because what they do, the book was translated from the Arabic to French. Remember I told you about the loss?
Oh, man.
So from the French into the English. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were saying that he was racist, but he wasn't racist. He was just picking up. It's like for me, for instance, if I walk into a neighborhood and all I see is us killing each other, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write down what I see, right? Okay, they're killing each other. I'm giving you my experience of what I saw. So that's what Ibn Khaldun was doing. As he was traveling, he started seeing these things. But when it got translated from the original text, right, it was actually from a French dude who took it and then put it in English, because a lot of stuff that we get is coming from France.
Yeah, well, you know what they do, brother. Yes. Listen, when they went to France and then to England, it has to pass through. Do you know that every book that ends up in the education system in the Western Hemisphere must pass through the Vatican? Yes. The Vatican does the final editing on all materials putting to the Western education system. So I don't listen. I'm not surprised at what they did to pervert what this Ibn had done.
Ibn Khaldun. And and also if you look up this guy, y'all should look him up. His name is Pope Sylvester III.
Yes, post Sylvester. Yeah.
You know, he went to the oldest university in the world. It's by a sister named Fatima Fera.
He went to Al what's his name? The oldest one there was Salamanca.
No.
No, what was it?
It's called
Older?
El Karawin. I did a book on it. I got a book on it. I'll send you the book. It's called El Karawin.
Karawin. Okay.
El Karawin. So it was a sister named Fatima Fera, was from Tunis, but she opened it up in Morocco.
Yes.
I went to the university, but I also was in our hometown in Tunis. But if you look up Sylvester the third,
yeah,
he went to the university to study. What a Pope going to a Muslim university for the study? He was French.
Yeah, how about that?
They sent him there. So
Yeah.
I'm over there. I stayed in Marseille for 3 months too. I was in Marseille.
Beautiful.
Marseille is crazy, dude. I never wanted to go to Paris. I stayed in Marseille and Toulouse. So those two spots I stayed in when I was there. But I stayed in Marseille longer than I stayed in Toulouse. I stayed in Toulouse probably like a month. But I stayed in Marseille about 3.5 months in the southern.
That's what I'm saying, family. That's what I'm saying. This man is a treasure trove. And this is why we are, I'm going to stay on him to start documenting some of
I know you are.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am. Definitely.
Yeah, and family, again, please support our brother for what he's doing. Of course, his website is sabirbay.com. SabirBayRadio@gmail is his email if you want to contact him. Also, he has classes that you can actually purchase and support him through there. He got Zelle, he got PayPal, he got Chime, all through that email right there, SabirBayRadio@gmail.com. And of course, I still can't forget my Baba Phil Valentine all the game.
You can't forget Phil.
UCASNow.org. His school, he got a homeschool for children, man. ISMhomeschool.org. You got that. He's doing his work. KevinErt@gmail is the PayPal, and Zelle is Sanu77. So y'all got to show love. Now, brother, Sabir, in your travels, man, how are the women and the children treated? I have to ask that question and respectfully, because
more respectful than here.
Okay.
More respectful than here, bro. I'm gonna be buck with
you. We get a lot of news.
Nah, bro. Let me tell you something. They're gonna always show you something that's negative. It's like saying, for instance, nobody's talking about what happened at the Super Bowl parade.
Yeah.
They were shooting down there, right?
Right.
But they'll put that on the news somewhere else to say this is what they do when they come together. Yeah. So they're gonna always put something negative out. Bro, I was in restaurants in Morocco. If a homeless person comes in, I live in LA. I see them put people out of restaurants, bro, if they ask for money. I've seen homeless people walk inside of a restaurant. They wasn't necessarily homeless, but a person. They will actually feed them. The person that's in there, they will literally feed them.
Yeah.
They walk, they walk them out. They say, here you go. And they walk them out. They don't say, get the hell out of here. No, this is how it is over there, bro. So you have these things in every culture. Somebody wants to be that way, somebody may not. You have it in every culture. But the way they're being treated is something totally different. I know I fed people when I was over there and I didn't have it. I fed many people over there when I was there.
Yeah.
Kids, the whole 9 yards. Why? Because that's part of Islam.
That's it.
That's how I look at it. I don't do things because I want something from somebody. I want here you go, brother. I'm feeding them. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Take pictures and video.
That's only over here in the West.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. We used to remember back, Brother King. Remember when we used to actually have our pantry out there on Nostrand Avenue?
Yes,
where
sir.
We used to actually be feeding people who come by. And
Yes,
you don't do that. You're supposed to do that.
You support. That's one of your obligations.
Yes. Especially if you're a leader in the community, you're supposed to show leadership by example, not by just talking a whole lot of crap to everybody. No. And I'm glad that you're doing that. I'm glad that you're showing exactly what it is. And you see the people over there, they're not feminized.
No.
They're not feminized.
No.
Men are men, women are women, and ain't nobody asking whether or not a man is a woman and a woman is a man. It's ridiculous.
And see, this is the thing. When people say these people are Arabs, you need to study who the Arabs are.
Yeah.
This is what people don't understand. And if I speak Arabic, would I be Arabic? Am I Englishman because I speak English?
Indeed.
Right.
What does an Arab even look like? You follow me? Like, these are the things that we should be asking people. What does an Arab look like? They look like Simon. They look like Phil. They look like me. That's what they look like.
Yeah.
So over here, again, because of the education system, sometimes I'm kind of glad they say they're going to do what they're doing in Florida. I'm gonna be real with you, because these Negroes are done.
Yeah, yeah. They don't want to do anything about that. And that's, they're not fighting for that. They have people who are fighting against that, their own DEI.
Yeah.
Most people don't understand DEI started off with the people who were the ones, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but here's what they got to know. All this nonsense about DEI, the one who was the top beneficiaries of DEI were white women. White women. The next, white male CEOs. Those are the two top people. And every time they show you a DEI, they show you a black person. You take, we're gonna take it away from black folks, and black folks going, oh, master, what you doing? The next is Hispanic. The next is Asian. The next is the people who are disabled. Then they had the next person and this is down the line. Then you had veterans, and then you have LGBTQ, and then you had us. The black people were the last to benefit from DEI. And now they're looking at you and using your face as a scapegoat. And it's the same thing they did. What was that thing that they gave us supposedly when
stimulus check?
Huh?
Stimulus check?
No, not the stimulus check. What it is that we're supposed to have received that give us put us on a higher level of the mountain that Martin was talking about. What is it that white women ended up becoming the top beneficiaries of
welfare?
Welfare? No, not welfare. It's two words.
Craziness. No,
it was people out there. This is like the 70s.
Affirmative action.
Affirmative action benefited. Thank you very much, JR.
Thank you.
Affirmative action benefited white women primarily, and white rich women benefited from it. But when they show you affirmative action, they're only showing you black folks.
There you go.
You see? And it's a game. Serious game how they're playing. That's why I'm saying your boy Trump, he's part of the Shabbat Lubavitch. And every time they start playing that game on us, it's to make us believe that somehow we were benefiting from everything that the Democrats did when the Democrats were taking their money and going over there. We are definitely in trouble. And United States of America, the corporation, check this out, y'all didn't know that, the old corporation that died off with this last election, the new corporation was just now at this, well, not just now, but on January the 30th, on January the 20th, January the 20th is when they reincorporated the United States in Great Britain. And they did it on the inauguration day. So there's a whole new United States corporation. And if you want to be part of that, is what they're trying to get you to be part of, that corporation, which is why you have to get your indigenous status. Indigenous autochthonous. You are not a Native American. You are autochthonous, which means your blood has the flora and fauna of the land running through it. The white man does not. So you have the claim, the blood claim to it, which is the blood right heirs. And that's something, if you want to know anything about it, you can get in contact with me at 800-847-1291. 800-847-1291. The blood right heirs are taking back your status from the corporation that has you all capitalized in everything that they're doing through the corporation they created in your name. You can travel without needing a license to drive or any of the licenses that essentially are nothing more than adhesion contracts to that corporation. So you need to think about it. It's a brand new day. All right. It's getting ready to happen. And this brother is telling you that you can rewrite the history book. You ain't got to worry about Washington crossing the Delaware or whether or not he chopped down the goddamn cherry tree, all that nonsense. This brother is dropping concentrated, no chaser science about your history, no twistery, only history.
Hey, can I say this with you, brother Phil? Because I hear people saying this a lot. and it kills me. And I'm like, I dare anybody to try to challenge me on this. I swear I wish they would. This is the weirdest thing. They keep saying Arabs traded us. They must have forgot who Tipple Tip is. I'm ready to go down to Zanzibar. I'm ready to go there. Tipple Tip was an Arab. This is we don't even know how. Are you familiar with the Mandine Charter? You ever heard of the Mandine Charter?
The name sound, yes, I did. I remember, but again, this brain cells after 70 something.
That's okay. I'm gonna help you out. The Mandine Charter is the oldest human rights charter. This is the Mandine Charter, right here. Right. This is the Mandine Charter.
Yes.
If you know anything about Sundiata Keita and Simon Guru.
Sundiata Keita, yes.
Simon Guru and Sundiata Keita. That's the Lion King that y'all take your kids to go see. Sundiata Keita. He was fighting. He was called the Lion King. They put up a chart. It's called the Mandine Charter. The first charter the first human rights charter. Look it up online. So what happens? They said you could not enslave each other. You should not put bites in the mouth of your fellow man to sell him. This is in the charter. I asked all the elders, have they ever heard of the charter? They said, no, I never heard of that. That was the first human rights charter. These are things that oral statements, the Mandine Charter. You can look it up.
You see, now hold that up. You see what you got there with the Kuma?
Mm-hmm.
You see that design right there?
Mm-hmm.
They tell you that is a batik or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the brain.
Yes.
That's the way that the brain operates. And what they were showing you were the conduits of how the brain operates. The design that you see, the black and white design in that other book, that's the way, is the way the brain operates. And they were showing you how the brain operates with the way that the channel your own destiny, your own energy, your own language. When they change your language, they change the convolutions of your brain. Do you know that?
Yes, and that's why they didn't want us with our names. That's why Malcolm was on that talk show.
Yes.
Remember he was on that talk show?
Oh, yeah.
They said, where you get the name from? He said, what's your name? He said, what's your real name? He said, Malcolm X. He said, did you go to court to change your name? He said, no, you didn't go to court to take my name.
Yes, definitely.
We can't have nobody like him on no show. That's me all day long. When Malcolm was on that TV show, they tried to get Malcolm, and he said, is that your real name? He said, it's my name. He said, well, did you go to court to change your name? I didn't go to court to correct my name. Go to you. That's insane for me to go to your oppressor and correct my name. My stuff is Sabir Bay on everything, from passports down. And I make sure I put it everywhere, because when you're going through customs, those forms you got to fill out. And it's nationality. I say American Moor on it, and then I put my name is Sabir Bay. That's what it is. And they keep these forms through customs. There's a form that you fill out when you're going through it.
I put mine as Dr. Phillip Valentine Eel.
So you don't. And let me explain this to people, because I don't want people to get this twisted, because whatever you think you're going to try, if it don't say it on that passport, you're not getting that motherfucker. I'm going to be real with y'all. You will go to jail.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real with you. And this is what was happening. I don't want to put too much about my brother Yasin, but this is what was going on. He was doing things, right, that he heard other Moors say do that they didn't do themselves. That's why he was disappointed in a lot of stuff about the Moors. A lot of these Moors that people follow never did it. They never went through that. I can show records of me going through customs from every country, and it says Sabir Bay on it, and it says American Moor. But when people go through this, right, and they get disappointed, that's why you truly don't hear about my brother. I let him tell it. My brother Yasin.
I wonder what happened to him. I wonder how is he back here in America yet?
Yeah. No, he don't want to come back here.
I hear you.
But it's the thing is that people don't understand that when these Moors are doing these things, they're not doing it themselves. They're telling people these things, and then the people do it, they get themselves in trouble.
By the way, those you will know, Brother Yasim that's Mos Def. Okay, just in case you didn't know. So I'll let him tell those stories, because he told me not to say certain things to people. For what? It's none of y'all business. It is what it is. But I can tell you that, like you were telling me last week, it was the disappointments. You get disappointed. Yeah.
Because this is what's happening with these Moors, and they're selling these things to people. And it was people, Phil, that was telling me they spent $3,500 for paperwork, bro. I said, what? Simon's shaking his head. I'm being 100. They was telling me that they was spending $3,000 and $2,500 for. I said, for what? What did you do?
Yeah.
I paid $11. My stuff is on there, but their name is still whatever their name is. Whatever their name is, when they go, their name is still whatever. Right? You can say your name is Khalid, whatever, but your name you get through this certain customs, brother. With like what? Doesn't say, now they got this new thing set up, right? They have this new thing going through, TSA now. It's weird as heck, bro. You got to put your face on a joint. You ever see? You gotta
I saw that.
Dude,
yeah,
so
you got your face now.
Your name was something else, right?
Yeah.
And this pops up on your joint, and your name, move to the
that
side.
You. Yeah, that ain't you.
That ain't you, bro.
Yeah.
And listen,
I had to do that when I went.
You don't have to. You say hopefully you have to do it.
Yeah, but I had to do it when I went to Georgia to visit my son.
Yo, you saw it, did right? So
yeah. So what the heck? Why my face got to be all up in this?
It's real, fam. So imagine going international with this.
Yeah, they're doing it nationally now too. They're doing it state to state.
Bruh, you ain't going nowhere, homie. I'm gonna tell you, all you cats that keep saying I got this. No, bruh, you ain't gonna make it past customs. I'm gonna keep it. You want to test it? I'm gonna give you a close one to do it with. Go to Canada. That's the closest place I can tell
you. Yeah.
I already know.
They will welcome a whole lot of black folks.
I already know, bro.
They're going listen. You're not going to get in there. I'm talking about these Moors with these names. You're not going to get in there.
I got shut down from Canada, bro.
They're going to shut you down, brother, in a heartbeat in Canada, bro. No, these cats don't play. Like I'm coming from Canada, my luggage in a total different room, and the dude said, "Did you bring? You got anything that you
declare?"
Yeah, yo. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you that story too, Phil. That was a story I came back from overseas. But I can see my luggage going through it. I can see everything in my luggage, like on the screen while I'm standing with him. Right. If I lied about something, he knew what I had. Yeah. But that part right there, let me tell you what happened in Florida when I was coming back from overseas. I'm in Florida going through customs because you got to go back and they ask you, do you have anything to declare? And I said I did. I said my nationality. I'm a Moor. Yo, it was funny as hell.
Wow, I can imagine.
Brother, you should have seen the brother that was the at the TSA. I said I did. I do. I said I declare my nationality. I'm a Moor, and so are you. That was crazy.
I bet you the wheels started turning right there.
It was crazy. Like every time I do this, because I'm letting you know what I'm doing as I'm moving. And that's why I had to do what I had to do, brother Simon, because I'm going to show you what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to show you how this works. Right. Yeah. So if you don't do it on yourself first, and you just send people out to slaughter, I don't send people out to slaughter, bro. I seen it happen. I seen what happened. That's why these Moors are locked up. That's why these Moors are going through all what they're going through, because the thing is that they're selling people something that you didn't do yourself. When I was putting liens on my car, bro. I put liens on my truck, bro. Yeah. Anybody know my story? They should try to take my truck from me. I had liens on my truck, bro. So how did you put a lien on your truck?
You put your lien on it. They have to buy the lien first before they even move on you.
Yes, I did all these things, but I had to get my truck back. Why? Wow. Because I understood the law also. Because that's due process. Yep. I was going through all these things. And they was like, "How did you put a lien on your truck? Like, how did you?" Yeah, you can do it. I can show you how to do it. It's very simple. Yeah. If you know what you're looking for. All these things I was doing.
This is what you must teach, my brother. This is what we must teach our children. Because they're going to get even heavier now with the lockdown if you're not really understanding how law works. And I'm not talking about legality. I'm talking about law, common law.
Yeah. You talking about the constitutional laws, brother. This thing, I'm going to do a class probably right after this.
Okay.
All day.
Right on.
All day,
right?
On. This.
Yes.
This is what I do. All day.
Right. Beautiful.
If you understand how this works, everything is due process.
Yeah. The Constitution is a very small, thin little book. But if you were to put it next to the IRS book, it looks like that. This is the Constitution. This is the IRS book right here.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm saying what we teach essentially, and the people that I'm connected to, they're ready to do what you're doing, but right now we don't have the consolidated space for us to do what we need to do. We need you to definitely be preparing for that space, and that is put your stuff, even if you have to speak it into a mic and put it into the what do you call it, and then have somebody could put the pictures together with what you're saying.
Transcribe it. Mm-hmm.
You have an encyclopedia. You have an encyclopedia that will be your legacy, brother.
Yeah, I'm working on it, brother. I'm just, God willing, I'll still be here. I'm working on it. You know,
it doesn't have to be Botanica. It could be Sabir's encyclopedia. Why are we giving it to Botanica?
No. It's definitely Sabir's truth. Or Sabir, no. The Odyssey, Sabir's Odyssey. It's an Odyssey, brother. You have it. Yeah.
Odyssey.
The Odyssey, yeah.
I always take Phil, like, it's funny. I listen to Phil, I hear him, I'll be remembering because he didn't know what he said in Brooklyn. That's why I said I can remember everything. He said Sabir's Odyssey.
Yes.
So I'll bring this up to him about another 2 years, but like, Phil, you remember you said the Odyssey?
Yes, the Odyssey, right. You know, you be the new Homer.
So family. Remember, all the information and links are right here and in the description of this video. You gotta support these brothers, man, and what they're doing they're both on two spectrums, on the metaphysics and
I love this though, man. I love it with brother Phil.
You know, and you gotta study, man, and let these brothers guide. You got emails up here. All of this is up here if you want to contact directly and deal with them. You do answer your email on Sabir Bay Radio, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Okay, just want to make sure. Sanu, I know you do that. Sanu77, I know you do that, brother. But their Zelle, their Chime, the PayPal, all of that is right there on the chat. Take a snapshot if you can't write it down so quickly. Take a snapshot right now. We'll smile for the snapshot and all that. But Sabir, I asked about the children and women. Are there any homes for elderly, or do they take care of their elderly?
They take care of their elders, brother.
Yeah,
they take care of their elders, bro, and you should. But again, that's still Islam. But you do have some people, right, that are Westernized over there. You have some people who are Westernized because they watch everything that we do over here.
Oh, right.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's our export. Yeah.
They watch everything we do, but they take care of their elders. And this is the thing, they don't push their elders. There's no old folks home over there, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Dr. Clark used to say that there's no
ridiculous.
Hope.
How are you gonna put the wisdom away? That you need? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
No, you don't do that, bro. No. But you have people who trying to imitate people that's in the States, especially with hip hop, bro. Oh my God. They try to imitate. They listen, bro. They call me Lil Wayne. I said, whoever called me that ugly nigga again. So I said that they say Bob Marley. I'm like, yeah, he said Bob Marley quite a few times. Like, yeah, no doubt. Don't call me Lil Wayne. Nah.
Lil Wayne, really, Lil Wayne.
Because of the locks, man.
Of course.
But the locks. And you know what's so funny, Phil? When I was in Turkey, I went to a restaurant, right? There was a only thing that drew me to the restaurant is because of Medusa.
Oh, wow.
That's the weird part. So I'm in this restaurant and I saw Medusa hanging outside the restaurant.
Right.
Go inside the Italian dude restaurant, and I'm sitting there talking to her. You know, Medusa was she was a Moor. She had locks in her hair. This nigga said, he said, I know.
Whoa.
He said they tell them that it's like, oh, they looked at it, they turned the stone. No, Medusa had locks in her hair.
Locks, yeah.
So I'm sitting there the whole time I'm in Turkey. He's feeding me the whole time. I'm like posted out in this mug. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. So the whole time I'm there, he's bringing me drinks, like not alcohol because I don't drink. He's bringing me drinks. He's bringing me food, and try to find out more of what I know. Like how did you do these things?
Yeah.
Like, are you a professor in the States? He's asking me these questions, and I'm like, nah, dude. I'm because the bays are big over there in Turkey. Bay. That's where the bays come from. Tunis and Turkey. That particular area, and people don't understand how powerful that is. That bay.
Yeah.
When I first started going there overseas, they pulled me to the side in Morocco. I didn't know why they pulled me to the side, and the dude kept looking at my name. One name was Abdul. One name was Muhammad. That was it. Now I'm telling you something 8 years ago. So I'm sitting in the customs, and the dude kept looking at my name because I said, "They're not gonna let me in this mug, man." That's what I kept saying. They ain't gonna let me in. They pulled me to the side. He said, "Well, who's your father?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Where's your father from? Who's your father?" I said,
Yeah.
father's from the state. Because looking at my name on the passport, Sabir.
Yeah.
My name literally says, my name says Sabir Dulbe on the passport.
Yeah.
So they asking me, who's my father? Not knowing that they were trying to find out if they have to protect me.
Yes.
Because in Islam, they don't use Bays anymore, you use Muhammad. You follow me? So that's why the nation, because you got to remember the nation used to have Bays on their names.
Right.
Elijah Pool Bay, Bays.
Yes.
Then everybody shifted to Muhammad.
Yes.
So the Bays were greater. So I didn't understand why they asked me that until my boy from Tunis said, "Oh, they're trying to see if they need to protect you." Wow. So this is what when I got done with, because they shifted me from Abdullah to Muhammad. So when I left Muhammad, both of them gave me their number, said, "Anything you need out here, let me know."
Beautiful. See, establishing contact.
That's what it was. So that's what people don't understand. It's like they know this name. So now I'm in Turkey doing the same thing. Bays pop up. If you look it up, you'll see it. And it was so cool when I was there in Turkey. One of the dudes took me to the embassy, near the embassy. If you go online right now, look up Malcolm X Street. They got a street called Malcolm X Street. They took the U.S. Embassy name down and put Malcolm's name up there.
Wow.
In Turkey. That was crazy. I said, "Oh, wow. And they don't call him a civil rights leader. They call him a human rights leader."
Human rights leader, yes.
Over here, they say civil rights. Over there, that was the crazy part. That's why I said, when these things were happening, I'm like, yo, this is wow, how all this was starting to come together. And I'm like, okay, it gets scary, but at the same time, you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep it pushing, let me keep going, But the history is it would take hours just to explain all these things, Brother Phil. But I'm really trying to put them all together. You know what I mean? And like you said, trying to take more people with me so you could experience that same journey.
Indeed. And I'm so happy that you are. I mean, I'm proud of what you're doing. Sometimes you worry whether there should be things that people are doing that you have pride in that. What you're doing just makes, I know the elders, those who have gone on and they're watching this from the ancestral plane, I know they're celebrating at this point. I know that brothers and sisters like yourselves, you and Brother King, you all are actually at the front line, bringing the people to the platforms that would never really be seen other than those platforms having existed. We used to have to travel all over the country to get to sit with maybe about 15, 20, sometimes maybe 100 if we were popular. And then those VHSs hopefully would be sold on the streets, and then we would reach maybe a few more. But now this social media, it's being monitored by the enemy, by the adversary. But what you're doing with that is contradicting every move that they could possibly make, and you're getting information that you have now that would have taken a week for us to get to everybody. You're giving it to them in a nanosecond. Right. And so why it's so important for what you're doing is all they have to do is to pull that plug or to actually shoot an electrical pulse that shuts down all electronics, and all of that disappears. But what doesn't disappear is the paper.
Exactly. In this.
See, of course, yes.
It's right here.
Yeah, but what you have in your hands there, I used to have hundreds of books around me when I was back young and, back in my 19 years and so forth, even while I was in music. But what you have there is so precious, greater than gold right now. What you have there is knowledge. And what you're doing now is you've taken information and you're walking the path from information to knowledge. And with that knowledge, the way you impart it to the young people is now indicative of your wisdom. And the thing is that what you're doing is you're bringing information into wisdom for others. And that wisdom now can be alchemized into enlightenment. And that's what you all are doing. You have no idea at the import. I mean, it's something you're doing. You're loving it and you're doing it because that's your contract with Spirit. But what you're doing is you're laying down a legacy in the Akasha. The Akasha is the Akashic records for everything we do and think. And what you're doing right now is purifying, and you're editing the Akasha right now. You're editing the pain our people suffered, the lies that they suffered through, the different indignancies and so forth. What you're doing is you're editing that right now, and you're starting a whole new chapter in the Akasha for our young people to pull from spiritually. That's how important what it is you're doing. So I require as an elder to tell you, it's my duty to tell you, to make sure that you're documenting your experiences, because this is going to be so important for young people in the future.
And you know, somebody says something, thank you, Dr. Valentine. Somebody says something. Sometimes we don't know we're making history until later on.
Karis One says that all the time.
Karis One says that. And
Karis One says it all the time. He said, yo, you got your phone, he said, pick it up. He said, because he said you're going to see this later on. See, you're making history right now. So these, like, when he would say things like this, I'm like, yo, he's telling y'all now you're making history, because you're going to go back and say, I was there in the room. You know what I mean?
I used to be a producer at SOB, so I used to see Karis One at SOBs all the time.
Yeah, well, we supposed to be doing Portugal. I supposed to leave from Portugal. I don't know if I'm going to leave on that particular day. He's doing Portugal and Morocco.
Oh wow!
And yeah, he's catching a boat over there, so he's leaving on a boat. And he was like, "Yo, you coming?" I'm like,
"He not flying. He not flying. He taking a boat.
He don't fly no mother freaking where, bro."
The planes are falling out the sky right now.
I can tell you, he's great. He's great being in Florida in a minute. He be in Florida with Hakeem Green.
Yeah,
because they're gonna leave from Florida. So
and he taking a boat down there, or driving.
Taking a boat, brother. It's a cruise ship.
Of course.
Wow. It's a cruise ship. So he was like, "Yo, you coming?" Now it would take me 8 hours to get over there to Portugal on a plane. Like, I'm not doing all this. So like I'm not.
How long it takes on boat? He told you how long it takes on the boat?
It's like a week or something.
So it's gonna take about a week or so. Yeah.
Take a week or so. So. But they're gonna stop off the different places. That's what happens.
He like traveling the Morris route. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
The waterway.
Listen, I told him, I said, listen, I'm gonna see how this is gonna work out. I'll come meet you. But I do want to go over there. I'm gonna make it around that time frame, or maybe later, Brother Phil, because they have this thing called the Morisco. It's a battle between the Christians and the Muslims. You can look it up. It's every April. Every April they would dress up and they would walk the streets.
Oh yes. Oh right.
Yeah, it's a whole. If you look it up online, it's the Muslims and the Christians.
Yeah, they have two different colors though.
Yeah. So when you so I was going to go there with my fez on, stand there just like this.
Yeah. Look at both of them.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I was going to go because I supposed to went last April, but I went later. I think we went in May. I think we left May, then we went back in August. Like, so I'm always. So I was going to go, right, and just standing with my fez on, just like this.
Yeah, watch them.
Of course.
Just watch them.
And then film this mug, be like, yo, let me show y'all something. The damn Moors coming back, huh?
Oh, here they come.
Hey man, listen, I'm an envelope pusher, brother. That's what I do. But yeah, they do it every April over there. So it was, God willing, if I get it like that, then I have a responsibility with my children. So I'm gonna get over there because I just came back on Thanksgiving. I just came back from Portugal on Thanksgiving. So I gotta spend daddy time, brother.
Of course.
Daddy time.
Of course. But you know what? When we get you the monies to do the things that you need to do, you can take them with you. Because that's an education they will never, ever get.
And that was
a place, listening to somebody just talk at them for about a few hours while they're squirming in a seat. There's no education like I had when I grew up in Trinidad. I grew up in the bush. Okay, my first 3 years to my 9 years was in the bush, fighting snakes, drowning, coming back, coming and cutting your own coconuts from the trees, picking your own avocados, going down there and understanding how to plant food. That's how you need to do what, just fishing in the ocean. We withstood a tornado that hit us and left fish all over the place on top of rooftops. Wow. We had a smorgasbord and they started piling fish up. It was like 2 stories high, full of fish.
My niece is Trinidadian.
Oh, really? I love it, man. Listen, that's where young people need to be. Young people need to be in the soil. That's why when we do get our school, I'll say it like this: no children will have any kind of access to any social media for the first 7 years of their lives. Wow. The first thing they're going to be doing is ain't nobody going to know about a cow from pulling some kind of lever and the cow says moo. No, you're going to smell a cow, touch a cow, and see a cow. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is it only develops a certain part of the brain when they look at a flat screen. The brain is a three-dimensional thing. You're supposed to be dealing with three-dimensional understanding of the world, but they're teaching us how to just be inside these things here, and they're having these secondhand experiences. So that doesn't develop a certain part of the brain. Yes. The brain needs to have that interaction with third density and third dimension. They're taking that from our children, which is why they're having these what do you call this? The anxiety and ADHD and all of that is because they don't have the necessary knowledge and teaching that enhances and grows both hemispheres of the brain, the left and the right. We didn't have toys. We just had sand. We had things that we used to
imagination. We created
we used to fish. Man, are you kidding?
We created things, and
yes.
That's part of Islam too. They said imagination is the key to everything.
Yes, it is.
Imagination. You can imagine and you create, and that's what we were doing.
Yes.
I tell people this, Phil. I say when you locked inside of a prison cell, 23 hours in, 1 hour out.
Wow.
Right? I told somebody that experience when I was it was called CFCF. It's a prison out in Pennsylvania called CFCF. You sit in there for 23 hours and 1 hour out, right? Wow. And if you're inside of a cell, what happens to you?
Yeah.
You weaken, you get tired. It's like a dead cell to a car. If you don't jump start it, it won't jump start. Indeed. So they give you 1 hour out to come taste rock.
Right. Yeah.
You go right back in that cell again. So if you don't get outside, and I always tell people this, and Taj would say this. Shout out to Taj Tariq Bey. Taj just turned 79, bro. So
he just turned 79.
Happy born day.
No doubt. The Taj on Valentine's Day. Taj will always say stuff like, "The nation is not in a building. The nation is outside the building."
Yeah.
We looking at four walls. The nation is not inside four walls.
Indeed.
It's outside. The nation is out here.
Yeah.
So in the words of KRS-One, the earth is my turf.
Yeah, there you go.
Where I'm at, I'm home. And that's how you have to look at it. And that's how I look at everything. I'll take what you say. I'll take what Brother Todd say. I'll take what a comedian I know or somebody and say, okay, now how can I mix all this together? Put it in a pot.
Yeah.
Like a perfume. You know what I mean? Like you take wood, you take rosewood, you mix it all together. And that's all I'm doing. Is mixing it together and saying, okay, here it is right here. That's all.
Now, Brother Sabir, as far as the entertainment is concerned, are they any, other than KRS-One, are there any, and there's a few, but are there anybody transmuting that energy and that knowledge through the way, like Black Thought or people like
I'm gonna tell you right now, Kendrick Lamar, bro.
Kendrick Lamar? Okay.
No doubt. Kendrick he's that dude, bro.
You ever met him? You ever met him yet? Never
met him.
I know you've been with Tommy Davis. A lot of people know that now.
The thing is that I'm the type of person, I'm not interested in it though. And like if I run across that person 9 times 10, they say, "Oh, Sabir, right? We know who you are." Like I don't go looking for nobody. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I'm around you, then somebody else say, "Well, check him out." You see what I'm saying? Like I don't chase. If I run across Kendrick Lamar, it's like, okay, what's up, homie? What's going on? I'll talk with him. But most people chase them. I don't chase them.
Me neither. I'm not a stargaze. I don't stargaze. Yeah.
But Stargaze.
Before Nipsey got killed, when Nipsey got killed, right? I was out here when he got killed, and it was a brother. He's a track star. Well, he used to run track, and he was feeding Nipsey stuff, right? So he would say, "Yo, Nipsey used to listen to you and Taj."
Whoa, that's interesting. I got that from his mother.
You follow me? Like
his mother said the same thing about me.
So he was smart. Yeah. So see, the thing is that the devil sees certain things, right? And he got to cut it off. He got to cut that off. So they're going to go at him. So when he said that to me, I said, he been listening to Taj, and I like, really? So you think that Yasin, or in being around Yasin, that Ye is not getting what's going on.
Oh,
Dave is not, you follow me? So when Ye did what he did, which I wore those shirts first, I had the swastika shirt first, way back then. Right. So people thought it was something new. If you go to my Instagram, you see me wearing a shirt with short hair.
Yeah.
So you can't be in this arena without somebody knowing somebody or knowing somebody. You know what I mean? So it's hitting everybody it needs to hit.
Yeah.
So rather you say it or not, they're getting it. I just choose not to say certain stuff anymore, bro. I'm gonna be right.
Yes. But you know, that's the thing about it. You know that you're affecting because you know that you're affecting the world because who you did not think was actually looking at what you're doing, they are scouting off grid because they're so caught up in the illusion. I know that they come outside to look to see what else is going on. I've been there, you know. I mean, with EWF, we're very close with Earth, Wind, and Fire, you know, and I know, you know, even Yassine took one of my songs called "You Have Everything That a Man Could Love," and he made holiday from it. And that's beautiful. He was listening. He's looking. He's saying, okay, boom, who is he doing? What is this guy doing? What is Sabir doing? Boom, bam. What is King Simon doing? And I know that they're looking because sometimes when you see some of the works and some of the, and don't think that Brother Kendrick ain't listening.
Oh, he's listening.
You know that your brother, listening. Man, he is just awesome. He is listening.
And you know Kendrick born the same day as Steve Coakley.
Whoa!
Wow. That part.
That would be relevant, brother.
He
might be Steve Coakley.
He may be incarnated. He said he got a song called Reincarnated.
June 17th.
A song called Reincarnated.
June 17th, June 17th. That's Steve Coakley.
He might be.
I'm June 7th.
I know you're June 7th. Prince, that's Prince's birthday. You know.
All that. So once you tap into
and Prince used to listen too. Prince used to listen.
Prince would listen. Yeah.
One of his best friends, a female, I won't say her name. She was one of my clients in numerology. They say Prince watches all of y'all dudes.
Listen,
like,
these dudes know before James Ingram passed away. He, people don't know this. Like he told me stuff. He used to have an office on Wilshire Boulevard. James Ingram. Yeah. I used to go to his office, and he was James Ingram Bay. That's what his name was.
But he was with Dr. York a lot. He used to go to
Dr. York. He's light as Phil. That's how weird it is. It's like he's Phil. If you look at him, and he got freckles all around his face.
Yeah.
Right? So we in the office on Wilshire Boulevard, he telling me about Michael Jackson. He telling me about Prince. He telling me what was going on. I said, really? So he's giving me the history of what Mike was doing. Right? Wow. And I said, damn. He said he tried to educate People Bryson on the Moors. This is what he said. And People Bryson, and I remember that day.
Oh, I remember People.
Right? People Bryson got on a radio show in Philly, and he didn't understand he didn't know how to explain it. He didn't know how to explain it. And James Ingram was telling him how, because people jump out premature and try to tell him. Right. But James was telling me the story. James even told me that the album that PYT album by Michael.
Yeah, Pretty Young Thing.
He wrote that. That's James Ingram in the song when he says, huh.
Oh, that's him?
That's James Ingram.
Yeah.
Wow. You live and learn.
So he was telling me so much stuff, bro. And it was like, the dude was no joke. You know what I mean? He never had a cell phone. I could only call him at his house or the office. That's how his wife had a cell phone. He never kept a cell phone.
Wow.
He said, that stuff will kill you. You know what I mean? But this is the type of person that he was, man. I didn't even know his brother was part of Switch. I didn't even know that part.
Right.
Whoa.
Yes, his brother. I think his name was Robert.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's his brother.
You get to know all this.
I know James was coming down to the Ansars. I knew Force MDs was with us at the Ansars back in the day when I was there in the 80s. Ansar.
Yeah, he was part of that. He told about the Ansar community too, but it was a whole other story. But anyway,
I used to make the pizza.
Y'all the young boys. My stuff started from the early 70s. That's what my people know. That's who I know. All the Delphonics, the stylists.
Oh, that's Philly, baby, all day.
That's my peeps.
Ted Mills used to come down. I used to cook for
Ted Mills.
I used to cook for Ted.
I'm telling you, Blue Magic. Yeah,
Blue Magic. Then I moved to Philly, and I was working in the Ansar in Philly back in the 80s when I was
52nd.
Yeah. Remember on 52nd? That's where. No, and that was where that back in the
My
day.
hometown,
So
bro.
great. This is so great, man.
But Phil, it was so crazy, like to see, or it's stories I can't, stuff that Stevie told me. I can't even tell y'all, but it's weird. I love Stevie too.
Wait. You and Stevie too?
I know Stevie just
came here.
He texted me the other day. That's all you gotta do is say my name, but I can't.
Yeah.
But but it's things, brother, that they may listen to. Like he may be listening to this right now. So Stevie, if you're listening to it. So
right, Stevie. And we know you can see out the side. We know that all you have to do is turn your side. We know.
But the thing is that these people listen, and honestly, their hands are tied towards a lot of things. And I tell people,
they are.
Their hands are truly tied, and I'm more freer. I'm free.
All of us are.
Hip hop. Well, you hip hop. Hip hop make you free. You know what I mean? Like I'm free. But there's stories, man. Like, and just not me telling these people this stuff. When they see me going to the places, they say, "Oh, he was there." Okay, that's what that was. Okay, he knows, and sitting with these people, and then transmitting this stuff back to y'all, so y'all can understand it.
That's the beauty of it. Now, this is why I feel like I said. You're gonna hear me every time you call me up and say, "Yo, Phil, I'm over here in I don't know where yet." I'm gonna say, "Document, bro, document, and start writing."
It's a document. Smalls said that too. Shout out to Smalls again. He always
come on, like Smalls is like he was the one who told me about the early Arabs, and he was sitting amongst the caliphs and the rest of them and the imams back in the desert. He was out there. He was initiated out in the desert before he became one of the guardians of Malcolm. So he himself was working, and he is a treasure trove of history. Brother Smalls.
Yeah. Ooh. I got some stories with him. I love that brother, man. I love Smalls, man.
He writing his memoirs now, so big up to him.
Oh man, big up,
man. I love Smalls, man.
Well, we got like 10 minutes left, brothers. I mean, this has been powerful, man. This is people really been enjoying it. We got over 200, 300 people been in and out. And I hope, family, y'all are supporting. This is there. Take a snapshot, get their PayPal, their Zelle, their Chime, get it all. Their emails, you can contact them via email. Those that was asking for Dr. Phil Valentine's 800 number scrolling at the bottom with Sabir Bey's website and Dr. Valentine's website. Support. If you want a consultation with these brothers, I mean, come on now, just support. If you can't support me, support them. That's what it's all for me.
But think of our brother first. This is his time. I believe that this show belongs to him because of what he has brought to the table, and I am so proud of you, brother. You have no idea. You keep doing what you're doing, and we're going to support you everywhere that we can. And like I said, think of him first before you think of me. I'm an old head. I can do for myself. I'm set. This is the brother that's out there. He's in the front line. And so is Brother King Simon. Don't let him just kind of, humble himself. And no, bullshit. You start go ahead and telling this brother what time it is, that you love him too, and show your love to this brother as well. I mean,
thank you. But I would keep y'all stuff scrolling. It's all good. Any last words for the audience before we get on out of here, family? Any last words, please? I mean, not last word, but forwarding words. Words, please. Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
You go, brother. You go.
Well, I like to wrap it up, but I'm saying, no, you're the one that they need to hear. The time you take the most amount of time. I'm just going to sign off. You go ahead.
I'm going to say this to people: travel. Now, I don't mean travel to Atlantic City. Travel the world. Remember, the earth is your turf. Travel. Go where books can't take you at.
Indeed. That's beautiful. Beautifully said. And for everybody out there, if you want to get in contact with me, Brother King Simon already gave you the information. We are on a prosperity situation right here. If you're interested in Bellator, if you're interested in helping hands, if you're interested in what they call cryptocurrency and so forth, this is where all of the finances are being shoved. It's called, compelled benefit. And a compelled benefit is that you have no choice in order to do what you needed to do in order to survive. So we are teaching you how to survive. If you want to know more about it, please get in contact with me. I'm the one who told you exactly what time it was with XRP, and now they're getting ready to go parabolic with it. This one that I got now, Bellator, it hasn't even gone public yet, and it has a $2.5 billion market cap. Just imagine what's going to happen when it hits. If you want to know more about it, you got my telephone number. Get in contact with me, and I'm signing it off right now. You all do as I say. I'm the elder of this particular bitch. You let them know what I say. These are the brothers that you support. Don't worry about me. Build with these two brothers right here, and make sure that you goad him. Goad that young man up in that right-hand corner that you see up there, right there. You make sure you stay. Every time you hear about Sabir Bill, just put down right at the end, right there. Write it out.
Document.
Your love and just say, write it out. That's
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Write it out.
You know,
thank you, brother.
As a man, thank you, man, for all you do, because you come up every day just like I do, teaching and doing what you got to do. Sometimes I come up and support and watch and see what's happening and jump in, but it's always a pleasure seeing you coming up and doing your thing, man, and continue to do it all the time. And big up to everybody that supports you out there. And again, he got classes, he got courses, he got all that. He got books. He can show you what books he got. He got books he can show you go get. Some of these books cost $2,000, and he'll tell you these books cost a lot of money.
Money, they do cost a lot of money. But yeah, man. But I thank you so much, my brother. I might go down to the film festival today. You know, they have Pan African Film Festival out here.
Pan African Film Festival,
yeah,
right?
It was Phil. They have We Want the Funk. Yo, that documentary was fire, bro. Like,
which one?
There was a documentary called We Want the Funk.
Really? They had my boy up there, Bootsy, in them?
Bro, it was, he was in it too. It was crazy because they said you can't have hip hop without having funk.
No, you can't, because we used to party with Bootsy, and we used to party with Walt Frazier and all the rest of them.
You used to party with
in there, and we used to party with Earl Monroe and all the rest of them up in the loft there where we owned the loft. They used to come through there, man. You know what? That's a whole other show.
Yeah, that's a whole other show. Bro.
All the people we know.
Yo, Dr. Valentine, you should go on Sabir's platform, man.
You gotta come over here, man.
Well, one day let me just set aside some time. You got my number.
That should be fun. All right, family. I love y'all, man. Love y'all,
brothers. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Sabir. Thank you, Dr. Valentine. Love you always, man. All right. Peace. Hotel. Man, was that an awesome show, family. Look here, man. Let's get that a round of applause. Both of them was here. Make sure you support all that they do. Close out. Let me show y'all what's coming up real quick. Don't go nowhere. If y'all want to take my numerovation, my grammar of numerovation course, please take my grammar of numerovation course, teaching you how to consciously articulate the use of the metaphysics science of numerology in a motivational fashion. Please support. And everybody that joined my classes will get a free ebook called King Simon's Numerovational Spiritual Lessons of Life. And that's what Sabir should have, a ebook, at least an ebook. See, he should be putting out ebooks. Sabir, I'm going to tell Sabir, go to Canva and just develop ebooks and then turn them into hard books when he's ready. But put them in ebooks right now. So everybody that joined me at this class get a free ebook. So go to my Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator right there on the bottom. Take a snapshot right now. And then everybody that joined my class, you will get a free ebook via email. For all workshop participants on February the 22nd, join my class. Hold on, don't go nowhere, family. Want to let people know Dr. Blair still got a sale going on his website. Dr. Blair, because he transitioned and his birthday was the February 13th, they got a sale going on Dr. Blair's website right now, the metacenter2.com or the metacenterchicago.com. This is the last day. So 12 midnight, this sale is over. Remember, it's going until February. The coupon code expires on February the 16th. We had a tribute to Dr. Blair on his birthday on the 13th with Brother Tony and Rosalind Hunt. She was there. And do remember this Wednesday coming up, we have Dr. Alicia Kair Ill, the magic of death money, the magic of ancestral money, the magic of our ancestral money and how to use it. She'll be here. Don't forget, Lloyd Strayhorn got a big class coming up called the Learning the Art of Numerology as a Career, February 25th. I'll be on his show tomorrow at Numbers and You on YouTube. I'll be on his show tomorrow with Lloyd Strayhorn. Today is Lloyd Strayhorn's birthday, so big up to Lloyd Strayhorn birthday. Happy birthday, Lloyd Strayhorn. Today is his born day. And then on the 26th, we have Samuel Lee Fudge, the actor, the lead actor for Marcus Mosiah Garvey movie on Prime. He'll be on with me this coming Wednesday, February 26th. So make sure you be there. Big up to my moderators in the building, Color Curiosity. Make sure you feng shui your home, feng shui your wardrobe, feng shui your life, or perk your life, like Dr. Africa says. And look at this book here, the Iris Papers, not the ISIS papers, but I love that Dr. Shakira put a nice spin on it. I encourage her to do it. The Iris Papers. It's pre-ordered right now. Go to her Linktree/Holistica Healer. And if you want any free consultation from Adara Moselle, she does energy healing, negative energy removal. Scan the QR code or go to adaramoselle.com. If you want any tarot done or any nutritional health and guidance done, contact Paris Williams at all of her links on Instagram, YouTube, or her website. And if you want to do with his hypnosis to get your mind right from a subconscious level, this sister has been doing it for 27 years. Call that 800 number or go to hypnosiswithkendall.com. And if you want to relieve yourself of depression and stress and anxiety and grief, contact my sister here at carrieanningram.com. That's carrieanningram.com. And if you want to get your taxes done, if you do need to get your taxes done or you want financial advice, I talked to him the other day. Very good advice the brother gives you. Give him a call at his number, 862-314-6039. And if you are in the Atlanta metro area or surrounding area, this is my son's business, one of my son's business, pressure wash, car detailing, dumpster wash. Contact JB at 512-429-9522. And my other son, if you're in Brooklyn, New York, he has a recording studio. If you want to record your rap, your hip hop, whatever you want to record, reggae, soca, whatever you want to do, Afro beats, contact the number 347-455-9056 or leave a voicemail at 929-456-3009. That's one of my other sons. I got 9 children now, so look out. I got 6 sons and 3 daughters, so big up to that. And if you do want to book a numerovation session with me, I got 10-minute sessions, I got 15-minute sessions, and I got 30 minutes and 60-minute session. Text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022 with an email. And remember, all my books are available on Amazon right now. All 5 of my books are available right now, or you can go to my Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. My new book called The Numerovational Angles and Angel Numbers of Life is coming out in a couple of weeks. So look out for that. That's about to hit you Amazon in a few seconds. And then I'm gonna do it myself, and then I'm gonna go to a publisher with it. So it's gonna be big. I'm telling you, family. And my children's book is called the new children's book is called Strive to Live a Positive Life. Strive to Live a Positive Life, based off of one of my reggae songs. So, man, Dr. Valentine and Sabir Bey was on something today. Like I always do different things with the elders and with our family. So make sure you go to Sabir Bey email, which is Sabir Bey radio@gmail.com, and that's for Zelle, PayPal, and Chime. And Dr. Phil Valentine's links is PayPal.com, and then you put in that email, that's kemetert@gmail, or use the Zelle email at Sanu77 if you want any of those things, if you want to support them in any way. And also, Dr. Philip Valentine has a 1-800 number scrolling right there at the bottom, 800-847-1291. That's 800-847-1291 if you want a consultation or you want to get some exemption forms for your job or whatever. Phil does this. He does this for a long time. He did exemption form for my children back in the 90s. That's how long I know Phil Valentine. Exemption from the V and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. Look out for Brother Curtis Koss and Robert F. Kennedy to be on Billy Carson's show soon. Look out for that. That's going to be big. It might be Curtis Koss first, but Robert Kennedy right now is busy, but we're going to make that happen. Y'all going to see Robert Kennedy and Curtis Koss, who wrote the book called Vaccines Are Dangerous, will be on Billy Carson's show very soon. And before we get off, hold on. Those who want my books, if you want to get any of my books right now, I got 25 signed copies of my books that if you want to get a signed copy of my books, it's only $36, and I will sign your name and everything and mail it out to you because I'm doing a bulk mailing this coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 347, text me right now at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 if you want my books right now. Absolutely. Ready, signed, sealed, deliver. I'm yours. All right, family. Thank you all for coming on. All the new people, please subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor that I teach the lessons of numerovation, motivating you and your children and your elders with your numbers connected to your birthday and your name. It's a metaphysics science, meta meaning beyond physics. Of course, that's what we do because numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. Remember what Dr. B says. Dr. B always says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair used to say, one of the prayers that Dr. Blair used to give us. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Thank you, family, for being a part of the journey. Thanks to Baba Phil Valentine and my brother Sabir. Support them, 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 support them. Everybody's on a journey. It's just how you make that journey work. Family, remember, I love you because I love me. Take care. One love. Peace.
Eye Opener Productions presents Magical Kemet Revisited, Sunday, March 23rd, 2025, from 1:30 p.m. till 7 p.m. In honor of our previous Magical Kemet event 14 years ago, we once again bring you Master Teacher M. Fundishi, J. Hootie Mess, and Professor Kaba Kamene.
In ancient Kemet, they had showed that that's not a star there. I know it's a nebula. And a nebula gives birth to stars. And so Sirius A comes from that nebula. And then the ancient Kemet-u said, we also come from that nebula. That birthed our star. So this gets really deep. So we're going to, I'm telling people, bring some boots because it's going to get real deep. We're going in real deep.
In calling, so you are now going to understand that it is time now to move back and get back onto the path of Ma'at. And on the path of Ma'at is where you are on your road to your destiny and what you were called for. And the longer that you go on this road, as you become an elder and you get more mature and you're moving through, your journey becomes clearer.
Make sure you get your tickets in advance for $30. Tickets will be sold at the door for $40. For tickets, scan this code or go to magicalkemet.eventbrite.com. We will be at the Long Island University, Brooklyn campus, Health Science Building. Enter at the gate on Flatbush Extension between DeKalb and Willoughby.
Get ready. The 42nd International Reggae and World Music Awards Show is coming to the Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Fort Lauderdale on Sunday, March 20, 2025. Celebrate the biggest names in reggae and world music as we bring nations together through music and culture. Early bird tickets are on sale now. Don't miss out. Grab yours today at thecentercs.com or irama.com and book your stay for an unforgettable weekend. Hurry, prices go up after Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media and visit our website, www.irawma.com for more details. The 42nd Irama Show, where the world comes to celebrate music.
It's the numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. Some people think that this esoteric knowledge is for the rich and powerful. When in actuality, the so-called 85% has a spark in them that if it is sparked through numerology, astrology, numerovation, whatever, it will raise them up from an 85%, maybe to a 10%, and eventually they become the 5%, the poor or prosperous righteous teachers. You gotta understand that this knowledge is not just for one class of people. We gotta get out of the class.